tonight, the two superheroes, Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. And when you look at Conor McGregor, you know, he said, I'm going to do 44 fights in preparation. I think he was overselling that. Some boxers do, what, 125, 140 rounds of sparring for a prep for a big fight like this. But he has got that power with his punch. A lot of MMA fighters rely on other attributes, but his hands are the thing that does the damage.
Yeah, he's very good with his hands. I've seen this footage before. Look, he waits, he's looking for the shot. There's the shot there, super punch. Now he's goading his opponent. He wants his opponent to come forward. He actually attacked himself. And that's another move in MMA. But watch this, there. He leans over for the right uppercut. Comes screw shot, but this is the best shot. Watch this, he adjusts his feet. Now that's good boxing skills.
That's amazing. That's against a world champion. That's one of the biggest knockouts in UFC history in 13 seconds.
Adjusts his feet and then brings him onto shots. So his boxing skills aren't bad at all. And because he's got very small gloves on, what are they, 4 ounces or whatever, then these punches obviously hurt. The kid's got power, no question. But the big question is, what can he do differently against Floyd Mayweather that no one else has? That's the big question. Let's have a look here. There he is, there, never to get his hand raised. What can he do differently that all the other boxers have failed to do? Because he's got to find that big shot from somewhere. He's got 12 rounds to do it. He'll take a lot of punishment, I think, and a lot of stick in the process. But yeah, he's got the chance of landing that one shot. But you land it on Floyd Mayweather, no one else has yet. It's very difficult.
You look at some of those names that he's come up against and beaten: Diego Brandao, Max Holloway, Eddie Alvarez, we saw there, Nate Diaz, who we saw there, and Jose Aldo, as I mentioned, who he polished off in 13 seconds. He says he's Mystic Mac. He says he's Mystic Mac because in the dressing room prior to that fight, he told everybody, it's on tape, 13 seconds, I'll finish him off. And this is a guy who was undefeated for 10 years, one of the biggest names in MMA.
Yeah, he's a tremendous showman, isn't he? He knows how to get under his opponent's skins, and that's what he's done on several occasions. But listen, you know, like I say, I don't know MMA, I know boxing. Well, I think I do anyway, and he's got some decent boxing skills, but he's got to turn that then with those bigger gloves on, and he's got to lure Mr. Floyd Mayweather onto one of those shots. Very aggressive, but so many, and they failed. Maybe it is to sit back a little bit, try and make Floyd Mayweather miss and fall shots, and then try and counter him. But that's going to be difficult because he's so quick with his feet in and out. That's the problem.
Talking of boxing ability, Gabriel Clark's got some more alongside him in Ant Crolla.
Yeah, great to have Ant Crolla here. The reason for the little delay now is Conor McGregor apparently is over the road just getting changed, so we're expecting the Irishman imminently. A big Manchester United fan next to me, Ant Crolla. This atmosphere, dare I say it, is better than Old Trafford at times last season at home?
Maybe sometimes at Old Trafford, maybe, but nothing like United away support. But no, this is very special. I think the only thing close to this is some of the weigh-ins you used to see for Ricky Hatton when he'd take over 30,000 Mancunians or Brits to a fight, and you'd see the weigh-in, but the door crowd in the weigh-in, but this is unbelievable, unbelievable.
I mean, obviously, it's the fight the world wanted to see, is clearly what Mayweather and McGregor camps are telling us. Just why do you think that is? What is it that has really captured the imagination about this?
I think it's the old boxing versus MMA.
The unknown.
That's it, it's the unknown. And you see it today, there's so many people, t-shirts, boxing versus MMA, and everyone's got their own opinion. Obviously, me personally, I think boxing wins and wins every day of the week, but I think people are forgetting it's an MMA fighter going into a boxing ring under the Queensberry rules, and it's going to be very, very tough for him.
What do you make of those? And there have been a few, obviously, in the boxing world who don't like this, don't like the idea of it at all, don't think it's good for the future of boxing.
Listen, I understand that, and I also understand that people say this should not be allowed. You're talking about one of the greatest fighters ever, fighting a guy who's yet to have a professional fight, and I understand their point. What I'd like to say, though, at the same time is the amount of viewers that this fight is going to get, the amount of eyes that are going to be watching it, and if just a fraction of them stay tuned into boxing after this event, then it's a good thing.
Dare I say it, though, that if McGregor was to win, the credibility of boxing as a sport, will have been damaged, won't it?
That is the risk, because you're talking, like I've just said, one of the best fighters that's ever laced the gloves loses to a guy who's never had a professional fight. And as big as the McGregor fan I am, it is scary to think if he did win, the damage it would do to boxing.
What do you say? I mean, we talked to Floyd Mayweather earlier, who talked about, listen, I'm 41, he's 29. To a degree, anything can happen in sport. I know he's building the jeopardy of the fight. Do you see it as a formality, or are you a little bit more circumspect?
Listen, I've got to be honest, I see it as a formality, and Floyd ends the fight when he wants. I mean, people will say, what happens when Conor lands, if he lands? But Conor's been it off Canelo, Floyd's been it off Canelo, he's been off Shane Mosley, Madonna and so on. And I know he's got a little bit older, but it's very hard to make a case for McGregor in a boxing ring.
It'd be good to get your opinion on tomorrow night, because I know you obviously have followed Chris Eubank Jr.'s career very closely. You're going to be with us as well on ITV Box Office. But you know Arthur Abraham, don't you? You've watched him at very close quarters.
Yeah, I've been up close up in the corner, in the opposition corner, when Paul Smith challenged Arthur Abraham for his world title twice. And I've seen him close up, and I was also over in Germany last month, and I was speaking to Yuri, Arthur's trainer, and he says Arthur Abrahams, he's looking as good for this as what he has in a good few years, and that's exciting to hear.
Not for Chris Eubank Jr.
Not for Chris Eubank Jr., but at the same time, speaking to Junior before, he looks in great shape, he always does. He seems in a good place mentally, and he likes the challenge, and there's a very lot at stake with what the winner goes on to do here tomorrow night.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously Paul Smith. He defeated Paul Smith in those two fights. He's obviously been in as well with some major names: Froch, Kessler, Ward. How much is that experience going to count for tomorrow night against a fighter in Eubank Jr. whose CV is nowhere near as good as that?
There's no denying Arthur Abraham is coming to the tail end of his career, but that experience counts for an awful lot. And you talk about those names, your Carl Froches, and you know, and so on and so on, and you tell me not one of them will say it's been an easy night's work, even the one who beat Arthur Abraham. So that's why he asked so many questions of Chris Eubank Jr. Personally, I fancy Chris Eubank Jr. to win on points, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has a few rocky moments in the fight, and that's the kind of feel like he needs at this stage.
Actually, what's your reading of this weight issue that Abraham had this afternoon? It took him 2 hours to make the weight, just inside the deadline. A serious issue or not?
When I was here and he was just under 2 pounds over, I thought there's no way he can lose that. But then I looked at him and I thought he doesn't look dry in any way. And if he was dry, he was, you know, dehydrated at that point, and then to lose another 2 pounds, it would have been very, very hard to do. And he managed to do it. So I don't see it's weakened him too much. Listen, it's not ideal, but I genuinely believe, and I heard that he was on weight all week, and I genuinely believe he's just been going off scales, and he's gone off the wrong scales, and they've not matched up, and that's what I believe.
And a final word, Lee Selby fights tomorrow night, of course, as well. Lee Selby defends his world title. A frustrating time for him against Barros a few months ago, but he's got that match on now. Just give us your opinion about that.
Lee Selby, I'm sure it's been well documented. It's a credit to him that he's even fighting tomorrow night with the tragedy of losing his mother this week. But for me, Lee Selby, pound for pound, is one of the very best, if not the best fighter in Britain, in my opinion. He's certainly in the top 3, and I expect him to shine tomorrow night. I know there's a lot of pressure on him. First, he's a good fighter, a very good challenger. He's a mandatory challenger as well, and he sees this as his big opportunity. But I see, speaking to Lee before, he looks well after the weigh-in, a huge featherweight, and I see him shining tomorrow night and putting out a statement.
And do you see the possibility of Carl Frampton? I think that's what Lee would love next.
Yeah, I certainly do, and it'd be a great fight, the Battle of Britain, between two of the very best featherweights in the world. I know Carl's got his own business to take care of, but I'm sure it's the fight he'd welcome, and I know it's the fight that Lee wants. It's certainly, if I could pick any fight between two British fighters, that might just be it.
Ready for the show?
I am, I can't wait.
Let's bring it on. Back to Sam.
Tomorrow night's show looks pretty good as well. These guys in here this evening waiting for Conor McGregor, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. We're waiting for Chris Eubank Jr. and Arthur Abraham tomorrow night. There are belts on the line in all of our live fights as we build towards that big matchup. Around about 10:30 they should be in the ring, undoubtedly the champion's biggest test. And a reminder of exactly how you can get hold of all of that by going to our website at itvboxoffice.com. Well, Sheffield's Kid Galahad is the first into the ring tomorrow night. And when you look at some of the other fights, I mean, this is another big one. 6:30, it's getting us started. It's the vacant IBF Intercontinental Featherweight title. Kid Galahad from Sheffield against Mexico's Jose Cayetano. He weighed in at 125 pounds, 4 ounces. He says he's ripped and ready to go. And this guy, Kid Galahad, as he says himself, you bring your popcorn to watch.
Yeah, I really rate Kid Galahad. He's got some lovely skills. He was very good down at Super Bantam, wasn't he? He was a former British, Commonwealth and European Super Bantamweight champion. He's moved up to featherweight now, and you know what? He could just be the dark horse in that featherweight division. He's 22-0, 13 KOs, but he's very good at hitting and not getting hit. From the Ingle camp, famous Brendan Ingle gym up in Sheffield, run by Dominic and John Ingle now. And Kid Galahad, for me, like I say, could be the dark horse in that division. Wants a world title fight, thinks he should be up there boxing for world titles, and I don't think he'll be too far away from getting a world title shot, Kid Galahad.
The WBA Continental
So I actually
no
like all the
tables being
build-up.
thrown
Exactly.
either, right?
Too right, no tables, nothing being thrown at each other, no fun. And I think they're
and he's always come under the weight limit. In fact, the highest he's ever come in is at 151, and that was against Miguel Cotto, Al.
Very smart move on his part. He is essentially a welterweight, and to come just 2 pounds over it, a comfortable weight for him.
And Conor McGregor at 153, there were rumors maybe he wouldn't make weight. Hey, he makes weight and under a pound under.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like he would make the weight. You know, he was about 168 when I was in camp a month ago, so I felt like he would make the weight.
Let's go down to the stage. Here's Jim Gray now with Conor McGregor.
All right, thank you very much.
He looks like dog shit. You know that. He looks blown out, full of water. He's not going to keep my pace. Trust me on that. That's the worst shape I've ever seen him.
You had a lot to say there on that face-off. What were you telling him?
That's the worst shape I've ever seen him. He looks blown out of shape. I'm going to breeze through him. Trust me on that.
There was a lot of talk about you having trouble making weight. You did not.
Yeah, 153.
How tough was it?
153. I'm a professional. I make weight. It's sacrifice. It's dedication. It's focus. But I make it. And that's it. Look at me. I'm in peak physical condition. I put in the work, as everyone can tell. I'm ready.
What will you come into the ring weighing tomorrow night? Do you have an idea?
A lot bigger. A lot bigger than him.
170?
I'd say close to 170, yes.
What do you make of the fact that this crowd here seems to be predominantly for you?
There's a saying, you'll never beat the Irish. And that's it. You can't beat us. We roll in and we take over wherever we want. Las Vegas is Ireland now.
He said to you at the press conference, in boxing, not only do you have to be able to give it, you have to be able to take it. Yeah. Are you convinced in a boxing match that you will be able to take it?
I'll stomp my foot right in the center of that ring. I won't go nowhere other than the center of that ring. So let's go. Let's see who can take it. He's over there twiddling his thumbs, twitching away. I see a man afraid. That's it. We'll see tomorrow.
Connor, thank you. Best of luck. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thank you. Let's walk across the way and come on over and talk to Floyd Money Mayweather as he finishes lacing up his shoes. Floyd, he had a lot to say to you there, and you just remained poised and calm and quiet. Was it tough to stay quiet?
I've been here before. I know what it takes.
Alright, y'all. Well, since everybody fucking's getting. Every channel has basically been taken down because I had to try. I try and stream the Mayweather fight, and, what's it called? Fucking CBS is basically copyright taking down every single channel that's streaming, the fight between Mayweather and, Conor McGregor. So, I don't know what the fuck to do. I guess I'm gonna have to. Yeah, see, every live stream, CBS is just copyright claiming everything. Look. Fucking hell. Look, see? This video is due to copyright claim by CBS. CBS copyright claimed every fucking thing. Should I play BO2? Question mark. I'm not gonna stream when they're fighting, cause
I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And somebody's own has got to go.
This is something that we hadn't seen. It's the biggest sporting event this year.
In this white man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, fool world. I see you in the morning. I see you in this is way too much. I need a moment.
I run boxing.
Ladbrokes, proud sponsors of Mayweather vs. McGregor on Sky Sports.
Astra, with super bright LED matrix headlights, keeping Mr. Fox feeling fantastic. We call that one of life's small victories. And here's another one. Get a new Vauxhall Astra for just £215 a month.
Boxing, the sport of kings, titans, and poets.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Look at the reflection off that head, the bald old man. Ha ha ha! The biggest boxing event in history? Maybe, maybe not. So we'll give a £10 risk-free bet to all new customers. Paddy Power, you beauty.
When guys shave, this is what they do to try to get every hair. This is what we do. Shaving rebuilt with Gillette FlexBall technology. Moves like no other razor. It responds to the contours of your face. Gillette.
I was working for the CIA and Pablo Escobar.
There are bills blowing around everywhere.
I'll rake it up in the morning.
Tom Cruise, American Made, in cinemas now.
Go compare. Find your perfect deal from many, or they don't make a single penny. I wouldn't recommend you look elsewhere. Go compare. If money's tight, we'll see you right. That's Go Compare. Their unbiased information could see billions across the nation. Only independent, free and fair.
There's buy one, get one free on all 2.5 litre coloured emulsion in the Wix Buy Now, Paint It Later sale. So stock up, then go and enjoy your bank holiday. Ends Monday.
With less waiting and more action, Zoom Poker is fast. Play Zoom, the same boat edition, only at PokerStars.
The Surface Open sound. It feels like the music is giving you a nice hug. There's something incredibly calming about fabric and the touch of soft things. The speed is great. The faster the computer, the happier my day is. My name is Zyla Foxon, and I'm an entrepreneur and a designer.
Saturday mornings, caviar with Tomo, bubbles with Merce. But some cheeky blighters want to ruin it. This Saturday, Super 6 have $1 million of my cash to give away, and it's staying that way until it's won. Predict 6 correct scores, and my million's yours. Goodbye, yacht on the Hartlepool Riviera. Soccer Saturday Super 6, your Saturday morning sorted. Mine ruined.
I'm streaming on my main channel now. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna stream. Just give me a stack. The shits.
Ladbrokes, proud sponsors of Mayweather versus McGregor on Sky Sports.
Whoa. Alright, I'm gonna stream on my main channel just because. Fuck it. I'm gonna give Stack his shit that he needs. Or should I stay? What do you guys want me to do? You want me to stay here?
MGM Grand, the old home of Floyd Mayweather, where he was there for many years. And now, though, he is relocated across the road to the T-Mobile Arena for the event of the year. Tonight, though, a big chance for Nathan Cleverly, one of the Brits on the bill tonight, looking to defend his world title against Badu Jack. Here he is now with Andy Clark.
Nathan, one of the biggest sporting events of the year. You're here now ahead of your second defence, world title defence against Badu Jack. You're inside the T-Mobile. How are you feeling?
Well, here we are. This is the moment now, so it soon goes. You know, we've been out here 8 days, but this moment will soon come around and we're ready. You know, this is the best bit now, the most important bit. So let's execute it in a good fashion.
What's your final prediction, Nathan?
Good fight, tough fight. I'm predicting a long distance fight. I think this is going to go possibly all the way. But I think I can win this fight on a unanimous decision.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Many people starting to arrive here at the T-Mobile Arena ahead of the big event. Look who we found. Eddie Hearn has come to join us with Tan, looking very brown indeed.
I wondered how long it was going to be till you asked me to come and join you. I've been hanging around all week waiting for an interview.
We can't escape you, Eddie.
It's so strange not to be involved, but I'm just pretending I am, you know. Unbelievable event, you know. It's wonderful to be here as a fan and just watch this all unfold tonight.
Absolutely, we just saw Nathan Cleverly there. Huge opportunity for him tonight, performing on a big stage.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge event. You know, you saw at the weigh-in yesterday, unbelievable scenes, and so many Irish in town, closed circuit here, which means a lot of the people in the city are going to be watching in bars and restaurants. Of course, ticket prices here, astronomical. I certainly would never price an event as much as this. It's outrageous. But $10,000 for a lower tier ticket in here tonight. So many of the Irish that you saw like yesterday at the weigh-in, all hanging around Las Vegas.
How much did you pay for your ticket?
Sorry?
How much did you pay for your ticket?
No. I'm just going to watch here and just sort of hang around, you know. We've got Nathan Cleverly, of course, in action. Really excited to see him. And then when Mayweather McGregor comes on, it's just a case of, you know, trying to duck and dive and try and find a spot or a seat anywhere you can sit, but I think you just might need the edge of your seat.
Well,
tonight.
Nathan Cleverly, he looked good, Johnny, at the weigh-in yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Nathan Cleverly's thinking, right, it's his second coming. He's now a world champion all over again against Badu Jack. Some people say he's come over here as bait. You